Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Metaphysical Hour. I'm Julia Cannon, and this is my co-host, Tracy Mahan.
Hi, everyone. Yay, we're here.
We are here, and we have our wonderful moderator, my daughter, Tiffany.
Hello,
My
everyone.
daughter.
Yeah, my daughter that Tracy claims.
I don't have any girls, so share.
Okay.
My boys. I'll share my boys with you.
Okay. Well, I have to meet them. I haven't met them yet.
It's your turn.
Well, I've met them online. I think I've met them all online at different points.
Probably.
So I think so.
Don't you guys think it's her turn to take us?
All three
time
boys.
with the boys. So good. No, I'm not complaining because one of them made me lunch today, and then the other one picked up dinner. So I'll have that one.
Hey, that's nice.
Sure.
Yeah. Tiffany doesn't live right here around me, so she can't do that for me.
Yeah, Tiffany. You know, you
I
can
mail you food.
DoorDash that.
Oh, you can mail me food, okay?
No, DoorDash. Good luck. Can't even get
DoorDash
a
that.
DoorDash.
That would be $100 tip. Could you bring it to my mom? And then you hear, the mountain music playing. All right.
Well, I thought it was funny. I went by Pizza Hut one day in town, and it was like, order online. We deliver it. I'm like, no, you don't. Not to me, you won't.
Not to me. Yeah, that's the downfall, but you know, all the perks can outweigh it. So
absolutely. I'm not complaining. I don't have a problem with that.
The rest of us don't see bear and deer and all that and their snakes. Oh my gosh. She sends me pictures of these things when she sees them. And I saw a snake in my driveway. No.
I was in the car. Well, no, that one I was walking. Yeah. Okay. That's true. But yeah, they're nice snakes. I mean, they're not, I haven't seen any that are kind I don't want to see. So they're not in my world, not in my world.
Not in your world.
Go away from my world.
So good. Yeah.
So anyway, everybody come on in and tell us where you're from, where you're coming from, where you are right now, whatever, because that's where you're shining your light. And that is really cool to see. It's important for all of us to see where we are, no matter when you join the show. You're still part of this energetic grid that we are forming.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you all about, hey, we would like your questions. We want to know what you want to know. And so how do you do that? Well, we have Tiffany here to read them for us. And she is the great and almighty Tiffany. And that's how I'd like you to address her in the chat room. The great and almighty Tiffany. That's how she's going to know she has a question. And that's how I'm going to know you were here from the beginning of the show. Otherwise, if you put Tiffany in capital letters, it does help her know that that's a question and you're not just commenting on something else or sharing. So please do that. If you are watching this on Facebook, please click it so that it opens it up into its full form so that we can get your questions. Because if you're commenting on that and it's in the stream, just your regular Facebook stream, we're not going to see those. You have to open it up. Anything else that I forgot? I think I got it. Oh yeah, it's really important that you view this from my YouTube. Julia keeps kicking my butt. It's getting embarrassing, you guys. Go on my YouTube and stream. Look at this over here. It's insane. It's insane. Don't play favorites. Play Tracy. Play my YouTube. Anyways, would love to see you over there commenting and sharing. That would be awesome. Oh yeah. And please click share. We would love that. I think that's going to be my new big push. Share this video. Share it because we love to see this audience grow. We like to see more lights shining up on the planet. This is how we all get there. We share. We're sharing it. Yeah. So
yeah, if you're enjoying this, somebody else might.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just saying.
So easy. And click like on my YouTube. Click like. Just okay. So I'm done being a schmoozer. As you're over there.
I love you all. You're so wonderful.
Okay. Notice I did that from the center.
Very good.
You were watching. you'll know what that means if you've been watching our shows.
Oh my goodness. It's really.
If not, you got to go back and find
Quizzes,
out.
guys. Yeah, be aware. There's quizzes coming.
There's quizzes. We're going to be putting little clues in here from other shows. Will you catch them? No. Oh my gosh. You guys, we're feeling ornery, and I think it's because we're in the shadow of the retrograde. So Mercury goes retrograde August 4th through the 27th. We're not afraid of Mercury in retrograde.
No.
Because it just means pay a little extra attention. You know, communications might get a little off. Internet might get a little sketchy. You know, we've had that happen a few times where it takes us a little bit to get logged on or something like that. Phone calls might get cut off, those kind of things. It's just Mercury in retrograde disrupts communication. So just know that's coming. Don't get irritated in traffic. Just count your blessings when you're in those
Mercury.
Yeah, I do it all the time now. Well played, Mercury. Well played. So just get on board with having some fun with it when those kind of things happen. What I was listening to today was kind of about that we are going into a shift of something we've really been wanting and working towards is going to manifest and be created. Mercury's probably helping that because when Mercury's in retrograde, it brings things that you've been working on to completion.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So if you've already started it, it will bring it, a lot of times will bring it into completion. Now, if you haven't started it, then Mercury in retrograde's not a good time to do it.
No, because you'll be visiting it. You'll be doing it over and over and over again. So don't start it right yet.
Put it off. Put it off to the 28th of August. But yeah, it's so we're just going through another shift of energy. We're going through rapid ascension stuff. None of that's changing. You know, the things we're going through is contributing to our awakening, and it's nudging the people that need nudged, and it's boosting the ones that are ready to be boosted, and it's challenging the ones that want to be challenged. So that's where we're at.
Absolutely. And I was watching a video the other day, and I just loved how this person was really saying very similar stuff to what we say, what mom says and everything, but he was just putting it a different way. And I love how that happens so that other different people see it in different ways. They get the message differently. But what was really cool, what he was saying was, you know, if you're on this train to do this, that's fine. That's the contract you made. If you're not on the train to do this, that's okay. That's the contract you made. That's the agreement you had. And it was like, yes, that's exactly it. Don't worry about it. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, where you wanted to be. Don't worry about, am I going to make the right decision? Am I going to be in the right place? You will always be in exactly the right place. You will do exactly the right thing for you.
Not everybody is supposed to be on the front line. You know, there's people that are here that feel like they need to, you know, be the frontline people or whatever, however you interpret that. And then there's the ones that are here to hold the space and be in the love energy or whatever you might consider that to be. But yeah, we all have different roles. So don't be worried if you're like, oh, am I not doing my part if I'm not in there, you know, campaigning and fighting for something. Well, maybe you're not supposed to be. Maybe you're supposed to hold space so that those that are here to do that will be able to do that.
Right. You know. Absolutely. Trust yourself to be in the right place at the right time, to know who you are and to know what to do at any moment. You will know when it's the right time. Just trust that. Because sometimes it's like, well, we were all anxious. Will I know what to do at that time? Just trust that you will. And that's what you put out ahead of you. That's your intent. Of course you will know. You will be, like I said, you'll be in exactly the right place. You will know, you will do the exact right thing, all those things. That's just know that you have that guidance. Trust
Absolutely.
it. Trust yourself.
Tiffany, how are you doing over there?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
Like that. Are we ready to announce where everybody's from?
Oh, that would be great. So we have Canada, Washington, Missouri, Pennsylvania, California, New York, Mississippi, India, Florida, Texas, North Carolina, Michigan, Australia, North Carolina, I think I already said that. South Australia, Nevada, Illinois, Kansas City, Las Vegas, Portland,
Getting close.
Nice. Yeah, Portland's close.
UK, Nebraska. Yeah, they're just popping in. South Carolina, I don't think I said that one
Yeah.
yet.
Do you guys see where
Virginia.
you are? Do you see the grid that you're forming? I mean, it's all over the world. I mean, you can see that.
Yeah. All over.
Mhm.
There's more coming in. So that's good. More all over the world. Fantastic.
So cool.
Okay, so back to how do we get our questions on the metaphysical hour for Julia and Tracy to answer? Well, you're going to write in capital letters in your
That was a
chat.
great, I thought was the
great and powerful Tiffany would work absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be yummy.
any of
I'd love
those,
to see it.
or if you're short on time, Tiffany or Tiff. She'll
Tiff.
answer Tiff. That's my name for a Tiff.
Oh, let's see who gets Tiff in there. Okay. So come up with some questions for us, you guys, and help us to help you, or maybe there's something you're going to ask that's going to help somebody else.
Well, that's what's great. Is your questions open up, we can go deeper and deeper and deeper, and we can get in some really fun places based on your questions. So rather than just us coming in with a theme or with just hey, we're going to talk about this. No, we're all in this. We're all this group, and we want to all work on this together. Let's see where we are, and let's probe some of the other realms.
Let's travel together into wherever our minds will take us.
I don't know. Okay. I'm not big on promoting shows or anything. And this show I'm still really questioning, but I found this show on Netflix, and I just put in there, I was like, I want something with timelines. I just want to do that. And there was something I was watching some other things, and then anyway, it popped up and it said, well, here, oh no, I saw on somebody's comments, wherever, and they were talking about timelines, and they said, oh, this show is good. And so I was looking for it, and it's not on Netflix, but another one with a similar name. And I'm wondering if maybe this is actually it. But anyway, it popped up. And so I started watching it. And then I went to the hair salon this week, and she, lo and behold, my hairdresser is also watching it. And I thought, it's interesting. But it's called Dark. I don't know if you've seen it. Dark. And it is, I'm telling you, they're calling it like they're trying to approach it from one way, but it's like, oh my God, they're saying it's timelines, and they're saying it's different things, and they're approaching it from a way that it's probably the best they could do with, it's like you're trying to make sense of some of this stuff, but it's like, really, it's all
a series?
It's a series. It's like I'm in the third series right now. So I think I'm not sure how many it goes, but it's like I looked it up, and I think there's several books that it's based off of. And and so, but the thing is they keep going into at first I thought, well, it's like they're time traveling and they're going back and forth, but it's like they're actually, what they're doing is that, and they got some crazy premise of 33 years that makes no sense to me, but what they're doing is like they're bringing in these different concepts, which we all discuss, and it's like they're trying to address them, every single one of them that mom wrote about and that we know, all these things.
Wow.
They're doing it in a way, but sometimes they call it different things because it may be all where they were at that point or whatever. I don't know. We don't know what, everybody sees things differently. When they get visions, they get things, and I don't know where this information came from, but it's really interesting. It's really off in a wild space right now, but how could you not go there? When you're in this realm, when you're in this subject matter, it's so easy to go. It's like, how far would we go? Because they're looking at different timelines, but they're looking at each one of them. Okay, what you do here affects here and stuff like that. And they're really trying to address that, which we say, it's like a multi-layer leveled game board, a transparent multi-level game board. And what you do on one level will affect another level. And so now we can also say, like, when you go into other lives, see, because they're all simultaneous, the lives affect each other. And that's what they're trying to convey.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
over and over
Right.
again, everything is connected. Everything is connected. And it's like, so they're doing it. It's really interesting. And it's like, granted, I may not completely agree with all of their angles, but it's like, who am I to say the way I see it is correct? No, I don't know.
Right.
And we all see it, it's like, or it could be the limitations of the media of how they can convey it, because this stuff is not real easy on
We're
conveying.
getting at quantum levels of understanding. And yeah, that might not translate through a third dimensional TV show. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, it's interesting.
Now I'm going to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in a part now. I just call it the Goofy Show. I'll see what's going on in the Goofy Show because it's just like I'm just trying to keep pace with it, and keep track of what's going on. I get lost sometimes. Understandably. I mean, let's deal with simultaneous time and multi dimensions and see if you don't get lost.
I'm going to try
Someone's
that
asking
out.
what it's called again.
Dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where I'd seen a comment on something, they were calling something dark matter, and that's what I was looking for. And I found it, they said it was on Netflix, but no, it's not. What's on Netflix is dark. It might be the same thing. The description was very similar, so it could be the same thing. Anyway, that's like, like I said, I don't like to promote shows, but it's interesting.
There it is. I think you're promoting all of us having something that it's kind of like a book club. Let's all go watch this and
I mean,
we'll
we
chat about it in the next show.
And we want more things that are going down, this we're trying to understand what it is. And I love that people are getting, it's on Netflix. Here's a show about timelines, and dimensions, and simultaneous time. And and right now what they're doing is they're zooming in and out of these different, they've got like 4 or 5 different timelines. And now they're going zip, zip, zip and showing how, I'm not sure how each one relates to the other yet, because that's where I get lost, but they are zipping back and forth among them.
Oh, interesting.
That's where we are now. Is like, at first you start out slow and then it's like, okay, choom, 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 choom. Like, okay,
Try to keep up. Yeah. And
let's,
figure out which timeline we're on.
Yeah. But let's think about, we've talked about how we are advancing to where we can start seeing more than the one
timeline.
Yeah. And so this is giving us, it's like an idea of how, like, see, imagine if we had that ability, if we had all that, just zoop, here you go. Now you can see 5 of them. And I was told we're going to be where we can see 8, but here's just showing me 5. And I'm like,
yeah.
So I think this is another way of introducing us and getting us used to this concept so that it won't be so crazy and so confusing when it does start happening.
I think the subject is going to just keep coming up and we're just going to keep learning and sharing and getting it. We're going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. So how many of you are experiencing, I mean, we do this all the time in a QHHT session. You will experience at least 2 at the same time. So we can include that, or just in your day-to-day. How many are starting to notice that you're maybe noticing another timeline or another dimension at the same time as this one? You're aware of both.
Yeah. You got 2 realities playing out in your head. Which one did you actually experience?
Exactly.
There's both of them.
Exactly, because that's what's happening. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all if some of you are having some, and don't worry if you're not yet. It's something that's coming. Remember, we all are doing it at our own pace. So don't be looking at the next person as like, oh, I'm not any good. It's nothing like this.
I'm not experiencing it. I don't have, I'm not there yet. You might be experiencing it and just not realizing that's what's happening.
Exactly.
It's pretty subtle sometimes. And once you start paying attention or looking for it, then you're going to start touching it.
Yeah. So. I'm being reminded one of the big things right now that they're saying this is a way of knowing that this is happening is how many of you are being very forgetful. I mean, it's like can't hold a thought, can't, I mean, I'm questioning myself, is like, really, is it dementia?
Remembering names. I
Yeah.
had the other day,
Oh my gosh.
I was on social media and I was looking at pictures. I'm like, that's not their name. And it was really weird. And I was like, okay, I don't remember them being that name. That must be a timeline shift or something, or an alternate reality popping in, or a matrix thing, whatever it is. Mandela effect, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, that was happening last week, where I was seeing people and I'm thinking, that's not their name. And anyway, it happened a couple of times. It was kind of fun.
So, yeah, and I think that exactly that would be one, or just your words. I'm having a thing with words. I'm like, what's the
Yep.
deal? I know these words.
And they're simple words, right? They're just
They're
like
simple, yeah.
tree, that thing over there, big,
Mhm.
and it's got the leaves and the branches, that thing.
Exactly. So I'm not sure how that is, but that's what they're saying, is that's a good indicator. If that's happening to you, then you are moving in and out. I guess, I mean, I like to analyze, so I'm trying to understand why, but they're showing me like a blurred vision, like when you're moving in and out. So it's like you're not completely there. So it blurs it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, kind of gives you the foggy brain kind of thing, like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Should we have Tiffany ask us
Yeah.
a golden nugget question?
Absolutely.
Let's see.
First
I
of
stirred
all,
up some stuff. You guys have anything going on out there?
first
Did
of all,
anybody
Dark
call you
Matters on
Tiff?
Apple TV.
Oh, Dark Matters on Apple.
Yes.
It's called Dark Matter or Dark.
Dark
The
Matter.
Netflix is dark. But what are the descriptions? Are they the same? Are they similar?
I didn't look that far, but the description for Dark Matter is Jason Dessen is abducted into an alternate version of his life. To get back to his true family, he embarks on a harrowing journey to save them from the most terrifying foe imaginable, himself.
Could be.
Okay.
Suspense. Dun dun dun.
Is it Jason or Jonas?
That was for Dark Matter, Mother.
I know, but I'm trying to see if it's a similar story.
Jason.
Because in Dark, the guy's name is Jonas. So isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. Wow.
Isn't it?
Huh. Okay, so now we have 2 to watch.
Mhm. I just don't have Apple TV, so
I don't either.
Well, when you come visit me,
there we go.
Oh, we know we got all excited there. We know what we're doing.
Mhm. Yep. Just have to see
Barry
how long.
who?
Bucket of popcorn
Yeah.
and
No, that will never overtake Barry. So sorry.
no.
She was like, Barry who? No.
For those of you who don't know, Julia and I are going to see Tiffany this month or August. We're not there yet. See, I'm already in August because we were talking about it in August to go see Barry Manilow. So
Yeah.
we're excited.
Yeah.
That's getting closer.
Yeah.
All
Very-
right. Oh, did anyone call you Tiff?
Someone called me Tiff. They just said
All
Tiff,
right.
but everyone else followed directions with the Tiffany. And then in the beginning, everyone said, your command prompts. So I give props to everybody for following directions.
Yay.
Wow. You guys are an amazing audience. Just raise your hands, pat yourselves on the back.
Give yourself a little hug.
Yeah. Self hugs are the best.
It's Friday,
Did it?
maybe Saturday in other places, but
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. What do we got? What's the big question?
well, I don't know. We're gonna start out with a fun one.
Okay.
This is from Spiritual Disco.
Oh, I love it.
What are some good crystals for shielding out negative energies? And please show off your favorite crystals as well.
Okay. Good crystals for keeping out
Shielding
negative energy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You know more about that.
Black tourmaline. The little pyramid. It was like show off the ones you have. And I'm like, what do I have sitting around
Your
me?
favorite ones. I just have one right here. Oh, I have 2 right here next to me, but otherwise they may not be my favorites, but they're just right here.
Yeah, I have Well, so in my office, I keep a selenite tower, and actually that was a gift from one of my clients. So thank you if you're listening.
And I
And,
heard that's supposed to be
Those clear the energy of the
clearing,
room,
yeah.
and you don't have to clear them. Like some crystals, you got to go take them out in the moonlight or the salt water and clean them and clear their energy. But salt lamps and selenite towers, you don't have to clear those. So those are handy to have around. They make great lamps. They're really kind of cool. What else do we have? We have amethyst, and I'm not a real big crystal buff, you guys, but all the crystals, if you're drawn to it, that's what I was always told, go into a crystal store, don't get your mind set on one thing, just go to what is calling your attention, and you'll pick the right one that's for, has the frequency you need. So, there's some that have iron in them that are supposed to be good for, energy, keeping lower energies away and higher energies there.
But I just say your intent is what does everything. So like you're saying, you'll follow just whatever resonates with you, do that. But then how about not even having negative energies in your world? You can have that intent.
That's
it's like
a belief system.
Exactly that. And I remember being in a crystal shop one time, and they were like helping somebody else. Oh, well, this one does this and this, and they were all about negative stuff. I'm like, what? We don't need to be protected. You are always protected. You're always safe. It's your belief that is determining, and so maybe look at that as, really, it's a belief system. It's a belief that you've got that you need to be protected. One, that you have negative energies, and then you need to be protected from them. So how about look at that? Because your intent is always out ahead of you, and you're always safe.
Always. Yeah. It's in sessions, it's come through that, if you believe you need this, then you do.
You do. Yes.
So, but if you believe you don't need it, then you don't.
Exactly.
So check in with that belief system and go with the crystals that you feel drawn to, and they're going to do exactly what they're meant to do for you. So yeah, that's a good question. But, and also gave us the opportunity to talk about that belief system around that, It's like protection prayers. It's like, well, if you believe you need a protection prayer, then do it, because you're going to draw that to you. But if you don't believe you need to worry about that, then you don't. So, yeah. All right. So I think we covered that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Almighty and sweet, loving Tiffany, who is the queen of the fur babies in Austin. What do you have for us?
Beautiful, Tracy. Thank you for summoning me.
I gotta come up with better ones, but that one will do. It'll do.
I feel like that'll do, donkey. That'll do.
That'll do, donkey.
I feel like this one's always a good reminder and question that comes up a lot. Manifestation. This question is, I'm trying to manifest the life of my dreams. How can I do this?
Yeah. And this is good because I'm still having people contact me asking me how to make specific things happen, like how to bring a certain person back in their life and how to do this. And it's like, that's not how it is. Now, your dream life, yes, that's kind of, it's broader. And it's like, what does that feel like? What does it look like? But more importantly, what does it feel like in your dream life? What it's like. Just feel that emotion, and then that's what you will pull. You will attract everything to you that reinforces that emotion. It may not look exactly the way you were saying. It'll probably be better because it's all the things that support that feeling, rather than, oh, I will have to have this. There could be better things out there. We are limited in what we can think of. So go with the feeling. What is the feeling that you want in this dream life?
Yeah. One of the things I have people do when they're asking me how to manifest certain things, or I'm trying to create this, a lot of times they don't even know what that looks like. Let's say I want a new house. Oh, what does that look like? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know where is it? I don't know. So let's get details. So I have people imagine they woke up in that brand new house and they're going through everyday things like you're brushing your teeth, you're making a cup of coffee, you're cleaning some dishes, you're looking out the kitchen window. What do you see? You're sitting down at the table. What's in front of you? Like the little details. Because when we get whimsical like that, we'll go, I'm living in my dream house with my dream person. We're by the beach. And it can be, the details can be kind of vague. What beach? What's your view from that house? How close are you to the beach? What does it feel like when you're walking across the floor? Do you have carpet? Do you have hard floors? All kinds of things, like little details.
Yeah, those details, like we see when you feel yourself, see, those are the feelings. When you feel yourself, see, you're in the timeline that is happening when you do that. And so that's fantastic because then that's what you're pulling or you're attracting to you is that timeline where you are actually in it. If you can feel it to that degree and you're at home brushing your teeth, oh my goodness, you are at home there.
Yeah. What kind of toothbrush you got? And all of the things. Which brand of toothpaste did you just pick up? I mean, detailed, just the littlest things. And when you get into that, you're not in the, oh, I'm waking up next to my sweetheart and we're cuddling and it's a perfect, movie star scene. No, it's, oh, I've got morning breath and, I've got to get up and brush my teeth and the dog's poking me in the face because he's got to go potty and all the things. I want that version because that's the one that's real. So.
Yeah. Right. So it's all the feels. Yeah. So but I love that you're actually feeling the environment, the materials and you're there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So see, put that together with the emotions that you're having that of whatever it is. Why do you want that? The emotions
That's the biggest question right there. Write that one down. Why do you want it?
Yeah.
That's a huge question.
And because right, whatever emotion that is, that's the one that you want to go to. It's like the why of it all. And then and it can just be a feeling. It may not have the words for it, but it's like I want this feeling of, and then okay, then let's get to it. Where is that in your life? Where is that surrounding? Where is that home or whatever it is?
Yeah.
In one of your timelines. Because if you can imagine it, if you're feeling it, if you're thinking it, it has to be. It has to be. It's somewhere in there. And that means it can come to you. And it will come to you if you do this, like what we're saying, and you feel yourself there, you're going there. And now you're bringing it to you.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Mm-hmm.
I love it. That was a good question. Got us into some fun manifestation.
Oh, I love manifesting because it's that feeling thing. That's so fun, just.
Yes.
We are creators. We can do this. It's just, the thing is, you're not creating it. You are just remembering it and going to the timeline that it's in. That's what you're doing. So it's not like, I think that when we think we're creating it, that's like a really big stretch. And it's like, I don't know if I can do that. But if you're remembering it because it's just another timeline that you're already.
It exists somewhere. Go get it.
Exactly.
Go get it.
So why can't you have it? You have it already.
Well, and they say if you dream about something or if you desire something, you can create it. Mm-hmm. So why would you want for something you couldn't have? Mm-hmm. Minus the idea that it's a particular person, but you could have the relationship you desire. That just think of it that way. So yeah. All right. Do you want to summons the sweet and great and powerful Tiffins?
Yes. Sweet daughter that I raised. That's enough.
You sound like an evil mother.
I know.
Do you want to work on
it? She's gonna say yes, mother dearest.
Just as long as you don't have a wire coat hanger or something, we're good. And yes, I might have dated myself with that comment. Oh my
God. This is from Kat and Jack. I think this is another fun question. Okay. What is the deal with these party hypnotists? How do they get people to do embarrassing things?
And I think you trained in some of that, didn't you, Tracy?
Um,
Is it part of like your some initial overview hypnosis when you were doing some of that?
yeah, you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do.
No.
Plain and simple. So the people that are up on stage, what's happening is you're bypassing their critical mind and getting them out of their own way. So somewhere they're a closet extrovert and they want, they look at people that are extroverts and they want to do that. And when they're under hypnosis, they don't have that resistance anymore. And that's how they do that. They look for, I guess, an ambulance in the audience, somebody that's suggestible. There are some people that will go under quicker than others, and they look for those people. But
they just know what to look for.
They do, and they know when someone's faking it too. You can kind of tell when somebody just wants to be up on stage and be a goofball. But I had a friend that actually took a course in that, and it was fun to watch. Everybody was up there doing the river dance and stuff like that, and it was all in good fun. But I'll tell you what, if she would have asked them to do something that would have crossed their moral line, they would not have done it. They would have all came out of it. So,
And that goes with any hypnosis.
So just so you guys know, the stage hypnosis, that's, it's fun to go up there too. It's fun to do that stuff, but you're not going to do anything that you're not willing to do while you're up there. So, that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, it was a good question. So definitely.
Some people think that's what QHHT is, and it's not at all. They think hypnosis is that. No, that's a specific kind of hypnosis.
Yeah.
It's purely for entertainment. That's it. Not trying to accomplish anything.
Yeah, and it really gives hypnosis a bad rap when, people on YouTube and all these social medias, they're doing go up and grab somebody and jerk their hand, and then they're out, and it's all this. It's like there's that's just not at all. I mean, maybe that can be done. I've never done anything like that, but the kind of hypnosis we're doing is so gentle, and it's not like that at all. It's a whole different
gentle, it's natural. It's
very relaxing. You're going to feel safe. And you're in control the whole time.
Absolutely.
Okay. Did we cover that good enough? I hope you guys understand that. Yeah. Perfect. She unmuted, but I haven't called and summoned her yet.
It's Tiff.
I know.
I was saving you. Did you want to?
Kinda, but that's okay.
Well,
next one.
I'll save it up. Time. I'll just make the next one longer.
Okay. How do we keep our energy from going all over the place? It seems like the energy is hectic right now.
It is hectic right now, and that's a really good question, because I feel like that's part of what we're being taught, we're being trained in how to be that eye of the storm, how to stay in that, you are centered, you are that. So as we've been having things build gradually, because imagine if we came up with this huge tornado or hurricane and we're not prepared. I mean, you'd be thrown all over the place, right? But we've been being taught that we're into it now. We've been being taught how to stay centered and just kind of be an observer, or just, allow things to go by you and not get caught up in it. And that's just training. And that's all it is so if you're feeling like you are being pulled, the energies are getting heavier. They're getting more, we're getting more storm. So, I
think it's a good sign, it's a good sign, because like you were saying, it might feel like it's getting heavier, but that means we're getting into the deeper buried things that are ready to surface and be healed. So I would say the way to keep your energy from going all over the place is to remember everything is in divine order, even the chaos. The chaos is in divine order. It needs to happen for the shift to happen. Things need to be in a little bit of upheaval right now. And so it might look a little chaotic, or you might not like what you're seeing politically. I don't know. There's so many things going on right now, but just
Just let it.
Remind yourself, it's in perfect order. It's exactly what it needs to be for what we are working towards as far as the ascension.
Yeah, something that just came in, some part of that what you just said made me think, it's like when, and it may be how we get involved in it is when we're trying to control it. And that may be why it feels chaotic and it feels like I'm all over the place because we're trying to control all these pieces and parts. And like you're saying, it's like, it's all in order. I'm not in charge of this. It's not I don't have to control it. So I think maybe that's it. It's just letting it go. It's in order. It's all in divine order. Just let it be. It is what it is. Trust. Again, we're back to that trust. Trust yourself. Trust the universe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Good. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Will my amazing, most wonderful, trusted, beautiful surrogate daughter, Tiffany, the most beautiful thing on the planet. Is there any other questions that we might look at?
Oh, fabulous, Tracy. I never thought that you would ask for my presence. Thank you for your guiding and worshiping
Okay,
all
this is
day.
so deep, so deep.
But a word that you said chose my next question. So that's how we're playing this game.
Okay.
This is from this is from Catherine. It's a QHHT question. It's a question about QHHT and surrogate healing. Do you see what I did there? You said surrogate, my surrogate daughter. I'm funny. How does that work? How does the surrogate connect with the client?
Okay, this is really, really cool. And how it works is, you remember, we're all connected on this other level. We are all connected. The only place that we feel like we're separate is here. So how it works is we would do a session with, like, let's say there's a child that maybe has an issue going on. Well, the child is too young to have a QHHT session. So we would work with the parent, someone that's close to the child. And then that person would have a session. And then when we get to the higher self part where everything is connected, we can ask about the child and get information there. And then whatever's necessary. We don't know going in how it will be handled, but that's where you can get information. And then if it's appropriate to do healing, then it's up to that part, but they're communicating directly, higher self to higher self. It's really, really cool. And that's how you do it.
Yeah. And cool things happen.
Mm-hmm. They do. But it needs to be someone that's close to that person that it's being done for. So, like family member or something.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And there was something in that question too, and I wanted to address, okay, when I was going to come back around as to, okay, I think I addressed why it would be done. It's like if somebody's not, they are too young, or maybe they are not mentally able to handle a session, or they're not physically able to do a session, then that's when you would use a surrogate. So it's not done for just anything. It's done for very specific limitations of the client.
Yeah, and the person you're doing it for should know you're doing
it's not required, but it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's an infant, they're not gonna, but yeah. That's just kind of one of my requirements is if somebody's coming in for an elderly parent or something to be a surrogate, I want to know, does the parent know that you're doing this for them? So.
Well, here's my thought on that. Remember, it's like, if they don't want it, the SC won't give you permission.
Very true.
Yeah. So it's like they don't, because the higher self will go, like you're saying, okay, they know they need to get permission from the client. So it's like you don't necessarily have to have permission beforehand or letting them know, because the higher selves will go do it themselves. And I've done things energetic wise where I was sending energy to somebody and they didn't want it. And I was shocked and they just big hand came up and I was like, what? And then they were told me they don't want it. They don't want it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They don't want healing energy? Nope. Yeah. So,
well, we don't know what maybe they needed to experience whatever it was they were going through. We don't know.
Exactly. So that's why, yeah, you can let the person know. And if there is something going on, that's positive. That's fine. But it's just on this level and in the session, the higher self will get the permission. It knows what to do.
Yeah.
If it's, it'll let you know if it's not appropriate, it's not appropriate.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yep.
All right. Would the great and powerful Oz tell us what is behind the curtain?
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Joke's on you. This is from
Another
Kathy.
curtain.
That'd be great. What does it mean when I see an elderly relative with a person that has already passed away in my dream?
Oh, so in a dream, you're seeing an elderly relative that's alive, currently alive, with a deceased, someone that has passed on. Is that the question?
I will say,
Yeah,
sure.
read it again.
What does it mean when I see an elderly relative with a person that has already passed away in my dream?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
We
first
need to know more about the dream, I guess.
probably, I mean, my mind is going the same place your mind is probably going as far as what it could mean. I mean, it can mean many things, but I'm hearing ask what it means. And that's, but you wanting us to confirm it, but just they're telling me to have you ask. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would need to know more. It could mean they're visiting or astro traveling together. They could be doing a lot of things.
yeah, because it's not necessarily just you're going to pass and that's why you're doing this. No, exactly. We all do these things. So they could have been coming by and picking you up to go on their journey.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no one's going to leave before it's their time either.
Mhm.
So, if it is someone's time to go, it is, but we don't need to worry, like don't spend time worrying about it, but maybe it's something you needed to see. So maybe you would spend more time with that person if you're, maybe it was something saying, come visit me. I don't know, you know. But yeah, what does it mean to you would be my biggest question back, just like Julia's saying. You already have that answer. You already know in your heart what your first feeling on it was. So
Yeah. And that is it.
that is it.
Trust yourself. Well, that's going to be our repeating theme forever and ever. I
Yeah, we should get the t-shirt and the hat. Trust yourself, but ask us anyway. We want to hear it.
Yes, absolutely. Great questions.
Yeah, they are good questions. I like it. Okay. All right. What next, Miss Tiffins?
Well, someone did call me Tiffins, so we'll go with their question.
Yay.
This is Carol. She's asking, during my first QHHT session, my practitioner was really trying to get me to see how I died in that life, but I couldn't. QHHT wise, is that supposed to be important to see for some reason?
It's important to complete a life because that's our entryway into that beyond, into the spirit side, into, it's just how we move on. And then many times the way you passed in another life, we have residue that carries over into this life. So it's good to see what happened there just so that we can kind of put it in place. It's like, it's good to know. So many questions get answered just from the way you passed. So that's why we look at that. But if you didn't go there, I mean, she probably got to where she needed to go a different way, and that's fine. But that's why we go through the death, is there many things happen there, and it's a way of closure and getting them kind of cleaned up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I have a lot to add to that. Yeah. I mean, it can be healing to go through that, like if you're having problems with your throat and you find out you were hung in another lifetime, you can clear that. I've had people clear from drowning. The clearings, I could go on all day with just seeing how you passed in another lifetime can clear a symptom from this lifetime if it was traumatic. So
yeah, from that one life, and where I went through the death, I found that I carried over into this life from that death scene. I had claustrophobia. I had the fear of being bound. I had fear of fire. I had fear of it. I had like 4 or 5 fears, and they were all associated with that passing. And so that was able to help me understand all of that. And I was able to put it all in place, and I don't have those fears anymore. So that's why, it helps you to put them. It's like, because on this other level, our spirit, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't see the time the same way. Remember, it's all simultaneous. And it's like, it just sees, like, maybe you're at the same age now that you were in another life when you passed. And it's going, whoa, wait a minute, there's stuff happening, and it might be giving warning bells. And that's where, if we know that that was another life, then we can put it back with that life. It doesn't need to impact this one. So we call that residue. It comes over and it's affecting this life. So that's why we just look at it. There's other reasons, but those are the main ones.
Mm-hmm. And if you went into your past life, but you just didn't get to the death scene, when you're ready for it, you'll remember, because that past life was already activated or downloaded, or even though you only saw certain little pieces of it, there is a knowing of the whole story. And when you're ready, that will reveal itself. So just re-listen to your recording when you're ready to try it again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Trust yourself to know the answer.
Trust it. What's that? Ooh, we might have time for one more.
Yeah.
All right. Tiffany.
Okay. Ooh,
Pull back the other curtain. See what's behind that one.
Let's see. Let's see. I think this is the fun one. I'm going to say, let's see 9 more times. Sorry. Where is the soul located in the body? Does it look like a ball of light, like an orb?
Where is it located in the body?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Yeah. I got here. It's like down in the solar plexus kind of area is what I'm getting. And it's like, it's not I don't know if it's an orb, but it's like a spark of light is what we've been told and what we've been shown. It's like we're each a spark of light from the source. So it's just like, it's a little light.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting it down here. I want to put it up here, but it's like,
right, or in the heart or something.
Yeah,
but yeah, I kind of get the same thing, that it's showing me that kind of center point lighting up, and it's like it's a tether. I see also like a string, like it's tethered to this body. But yeah, I don't know how else to put that, but that's an interesting question. It
is an interesting question to see. And you said tethered. We know we have the golden cord that holds us, to the body. And I keep seeing the umbilical cord. And it's like see, maybe that's why
okay.
too. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. But Julia will tell you how we are just one little aspect of our soul. And so that's the tether I see, is that it's a cord from our oversoul, or whatever you would call that. The big me to the little me, and that cord would be how we connect to all of that.
But that's what we do in our mother's bodies. We are connected by the umbilical cord to the big me. We have our mommy, and then we have it's like, when you're saying, I'm like, oh my gosh, so here we're doing the same thing that we do. So it's not a stretch. I mean, we keep revisiting, we're doing the same things. Anyway, that's a good question. That's really got my brain.
Thanks for making us think about it.
Yeah. That's cool. But it's a tiny spark of light, and that could be those tentacles that I'm always seeing on that the other drawing I do, where the core, and then we drop lives, and it always shows it like tentacles coming down. So that would be your cord that you're talking about. That
What do you get with that one, Tiffany?
I would agree, a little sparky of light. That's also
light.
Hollywood telling me.
Spark of light. Okay. We haven't gotten the notice yet, but I know we're getting close on time.
Right. So how would people reach Tiffany? Should we just hand out her phone number?
Absolutely. I think we should.
Okay, you guys. So for some of you, this might be long distance, but here's her number. Tiffany's not even budging. I thought she would be like unmuting and like, la, 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 but she did not.
No,
How do people find all things QHHT?
everything QHHT. Go to QHHTofficial.com. You can get all the information about the courses, about what it is, about mom, about everything, all our events that we have. When we have them, we have live companion courses. We have our level 1, level 2, and level 3 courses. I mean, you can learn about everything on that site. And you can even find Tracy on that site.
Hey.
So how would people find you, Tracy?
Well, on that site. And then also you can find me at tracymahan.com. I've got a few things going on right now. If you guys live in the Oregon, Washington area, I'm banding together with Monica Dunn and we're doing we're going to call it the Enchanted Forest Retreat. And we're going to go to the fairy realm and we're going to do some really cool things. We just got that set up today. I would love for you guys to, if you're in the area or want to join us for that, just go find that. It's on I don't think that one's on my website yet, but it's on my social media. So go check that out.
Cool. And then we have our Iceland cruise coming up next year.
Iceland cruise.
I think if you want to do it, the early bird special is we have that going till the end of the month. So
yeah. So get on that because that's a good savings. So get your early bird special. Absolutely, Iceland. Yeah. And then if you're into Egypt, I got that too. So tracymahan.com.
Tracy's doing everything right now.
and
no, it's like make me tired looking at all your things.
Just go to tracymahan.com. And then we'll have more things coming up with QHHT. So that'll be fun too.
Absolutely. And if you want to understand the language of your body, go to juliacannon.com.
Get the book.
The book, I have a book and a course. So yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much. Thank you, Tiffany, for helping us out and then finding really wonderful questions. And we love you all. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.